KYUNGMOOK. However, you never quite know. LAMIRAULT, I like him as a player, very cool, calm, collected.
But as you say, you never know. In a Paralympic Games final, there's so much pressure on all of these players' shoulders. And South Korea have nothing to lose. You know, they weren't really expected to get through to the final. It was a bit of an upset beating Slovakia in the semis. And so they'll be riding high after that performance, and they can just play a little freer. It'll be interesting to see the tactics that they use against the French, whether they go down the middle of the table and try and neutralize the point, or whether they look to open it up and just go for it themselves. But two very good players in LAMIRAULT and MOLLIENS.
Yeah, particularly in the wheelchair version of the Paralympic table tennis, you do see a lot of just opening gambits like you might do in chess, and then all of a sudden it opens up, and it's whoever's got the best angles and the quickest hands, to put it sort of bluntly. And it's a very exciting spectacle. We've got a good crowd arriving in the Rio Centro Pavilion 3. It'll fill up as we go along, I'm sure.
And also being wheelchair table tennis, it'll also be interesting to see whether they target a certain player. Of course, as I've already mentioned, LAMIRAULT, an exceptional table tennis player. He's won gold this year already at the Paralympic Games in the singles, and so you would expect the Korean team to just keep the ball away from him and maybe target MOLLIENS, who isn't exactly a poor player, having finished 4th in the singles himself. But that would, you would think, would be possibly their game plan.
Yeah, and just a reminder, if you are coming to the Paralympic table tennis table for the first time, that the classification system goes 1 to 5 for the wheelchair athletes and those who play standing, 1 to 10 with class 11 for the intellectually impaired. And so this class 1 to 2 is for those who have the least amount of movement in the chair, class 1. We don't have any class 1 athletes in the doubles. Okay, and Ju Young-dae are class 1 athletes, but what you will see a bit more, some specialised shots for these athletes, especially the backspin drop shot just over the net. The idea being to get it to bounce back onto your side, and of course with a restricted range of movement in the wheelchair, there's not a lot of chance to get those kind of shots, and of course those really acute angles as well. But we'll see our fair share of crashing forehands and backhands, I'm sure, and a chance also, as always in table tennis, to check the bats. The bat's slightly different for some of the athletes because they have a few issues in gripping the table tennis bat, so you'll see a couple of these athletes binding the bat to their hand, but they have been checked by the authorities. They come in a special box and they are checked, and they'll go away in a special box as well.
But no, you're right, that shot in particular, you were saying there, Richard, about the almost it looks like a lob at first. Those of you that like your tennis, it's a very high ball, but they really whip down the back of the ball to generate the backspin and drop it just short. And you never quite know when it's coming. These guys are so skillful at playing it.
And when it works, it is a thing of beauty.
Very much so.
And it does kill the point dead. So that'll be interesting to see if we get a few of those in this match.
Also, the fact that I said earlier, you know, about keeping the ball down the middle of the table in terms of opening it up. I said about the angles, that there's parts of the table that these guys can't reach, of course, that short one, but also the angled ball. Even though they've got 2 of them there, if you slightly open up the table and you go for wider shots, then you give your opponent that angle as well, and these guys are so good at generating angles and little shots of their own that it can be quite dangerous, particularly against skillful masters of the sport like Fabien LAMIRAULT. So as I say, I would expect the Koreans to maybe target LAMIRAULT's partner and also just maybe keep the ball down the middle of the table and chisel it as much as possible, and try and close this encounter and make it just all about who can rally each other out.
Best of 5 games this match, of course. And I wonder if the French fancy a clean sweep, 3 games to nothing. I've seen quite a bit of that actually in this team competition. Umpire, by the way, is The Meilan of Hong Kong, assisted by Carlos Zapata of Spain.
Well, of course, the French have only won 1 gold so far at this meet, and that was LAMIRAULT. So they're looking to win their 2nd gold medal of the Rio Paralympic Games in para-table tennis, but they have picked up a couple of bronzes as well. They've also got a silver in the women's.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally a good table tennis nation, France, and Korea, of course, one of the Asian powerhouses. Here is LAMIRAULT and MOLLIENS. Gold medal, of course, for Fabien LAMIRAULT in the singles, beating Rafael Super of Poland 3-1. And against them, Kim and Cha. Kim in his 7th Paralympic Games was 8th in the singles. And Cha Su-Yong, 36 years of age.
It is Ju Yong-dai who is the player left out for this one.
Yeah, they've left the 2 athletes in class 1. They don't have to use the 3rd athlete, but it's always good to have him in the squad.
Yeah, as you say, Korea have got a good history in para-table tennis. Throughout the nation, coming into these Paralympic Games, they'd won 25 gold medals, 25 silver, and 22 bronze. Almost all of their medals, though, coming in the men's. They don't have too much of history in the women's, and they're looking to add to their medal tally again today here in this team event.
And it's an event for those who have, shall we put it politely, a lot of experience. The youngest, actually, LAMIRAULT and Cha, both 36 years of age. We talked about Kim being 51, and Stephane MOLLIENS is 41. So, and MOLLIENS was something to prove as well. 4th in the singles, lost in the bronze medal match to Yuri Suchanek of the Czech Republic. I do like a couple of things he said before this. He said, my motto is make your opponent proud to have you as the winner, which I thought was quite subtle, possibly lost in translation. He had an accident at 15 that left him using a wheelchair. He said, even after my accident at 15, the sport was essential to me because I like moving, having fun, and to set goals. Well, his goal here is gold. This is the men's team gold medal match in class 1 to 2. Oh yes, right in the corner. That'll do the job.
Oh, what a lovely rally to start. As I say, I was expecting the Koreans to, narrow the table as much as possible. There was a lot down the middle there, a lot of backspin on the ball, but as you say, into the corner.
Well, we saw a rally yesterday. I think it was something like 59 strokes.
Wow.
Just waiting and waiting for an opportunity to up the gas a little bit in the rally. Took a while.
Important for the Koreans here, I think, to start well, just for the belief factor. There will be that worry if the French do get out of the blocks quickly, that they could just get away from Korea.
This is Kim, and has 3 singles gold medals to his name. The most recent at Sydney. I beg your pardon. Yeah, no, Sydney, Atlanta and Barcelona. So he's had his moment in the sun and he's looking for another top step of the podium occasion here.
Incredible to think he was involved in Barcelona, isn't it? 1992. So this is one of the beauties of this sport. You can play it at any age. 51 is Kim.
And we have seen a 16-year-old take a singles title, so a real range of ages, and a Thai athlete in her 60s. And the whip backhand down the middle, LAMIRAULT not able to make it, and Korea doing well in the opening stages.
I think Kim will also be very important for Cha. The fact that he's won 4 golds before, this is a big moment for Cha. Yeah, did pick up the silver in the team event 4 years ago, but he's just been in this situation so many times throughout his career, Kim. He's been invaluable to the slightly younger players in the team.
Just pushing it long.
Plenty of noise in the arena due to Brazilians taking on Slovakia on the other table.
That's the bronze medal match. This is for the top step of the podium. And this time the forehand from LAMIRAULT, not enough topspin on it, goes long.
I think they'll be really encouraged by the start that they've made career. They've been able to hang in the points for a while and actually out-rally the French team. So they'll be picking up confidence as they go. The longer they hang with this deadly duo.
There's the chicken.
Or cockerel, I think.
Oh yeah, sorry, I've insulted every French person within several miles of Rio. It's been passed from head to head amongst the French throughout this last couple of weeks.
Got to shout pretty loud, haven't they, if they want to let this French pair hear them. Because the noise is deafening for the Brazilian team, but
good positive play from the French. And MOLLIENS got his game face on. Not reading the spin there, flying away. And the French, the last 3 points, all of a sudden in control of this first game.
Well, that was the shot we were talking about before this match started, the little high backspin lob that they try and land very short. Just overcooked it slightly there, LAMIRAULT. And the Koreans able to pounce.
And that's the other little serve. You don't see that often in the standing Paralympic table tennis competition, but you will see it here. Just trying to dink it over the net, out of the reach of your opponent.
Arms aloft, both players as well as those watching in the stands.
Chad did ever so well to get that serve back, but you're initially at a disadvantage because you've got to get yourself back into position. And in class 1 and 2, that's easier said than done.
And that's more solid play from the Koreans.
Into the body, kind of upright backhand. Best way to deal with it, but you've got to play that absolutely spot on, otherwise it's either going long or into the net.
A bit of side spin on the ball as well always helps, just to cut it into the body.
Yeah,
it's tougher to take early.
Absolutely, if it's swinging around. Good placement from LAMIRAULT. And now close to closing out this first game. Bit tough on Kim. And it is just on the table. We were a little bit blindsided by the player behind the ball, but it is 4 game points to the French pair. And that's a lovely backhand from MOLLIENS. And it is, what, 7 minutes to take the first game. The French on their way. Spin on that serve, taking it away from Kim. And they've just been a little bit too strong for the Koreans in this first game. And MOLLIENS leading by a game to love.
Allez les gars, super. Allez, on lâche rien. Tous les points. Allez, vamos.
Always says it, allez and vamos. Mixing his languages, Christophe Duran, Jae-hung, the Korean coach. Well, it will be the French who are making the noise up there, who are happier onlookers here. 11-6, took a while to get themselves into a winning position in that first game.
It was a really positive start by the Koreans, I thought. Yeah, the clash shining through in the end in that game. Just been able to win the majority of exchanges. Whenever the Koreans have seemingly tried to up the pace, it's almost come back that much quicker at them.
Well, it's the 51-year-old KYUNGMOOK who's about to get it underway. Just waiting for LAMIRAULT to sort the binding out. He's been playing table tennis since 1988. And he's been highly decorated in this sport. And it's been a while since he's been on the podium. That is a lovely change of angle. Again, that kind of inside-out shot.
Yeah, the off backhand, just leaning one way, sending the ball the other way, and it was right into the corner, wasn't it? Couldn't be any more accurate than that. There's Ju, along with the coach.
Great change of pace. That was a little bit tentative to start with, and then MOLLIENS.
Chara, Phil, needs to do more than that. It was just a bit of a nudge. Too much height on the ball, and you can't do that against this French pair.
Oh, he's got a bit of a vicious backhand on him, MOLLIENS. Not that time, though. Ball flying away. So amazing. Seems a bit pedestrian, the rally, and then all of a sudden, someone decides to speed it up and look for the winner, and then it gets interesting.
And whenever it has gone quick, it has been the French team, you feel, who've won the majority of the points. That's the problem for the Koreans as well. When they do go big, it tends to come back twice as fast. The reactions of both LAMIRAULT and MOLLIENS, so impressive.
Just gone long into the lap of LAMIRAULT. 3 apiece in the second game.
Looking at Le Bleu, trying to drown out the Brazilian noise.
I think they must be on a timeout. It's all gone very quiet in the other corner. I think it's long again. Kim just rehearsing the shot again. More a slap than a top hand, a top spin.
He should have done better with that one. It was at full stretch. He was on top of the net.
And with the serve, a chance to put away again. Oh, and an unforced error. You don't see too many of those on serves.
No, not from LAMIRAULT in particular. He was going for the worldie, wasn't he? He was going for the ace, trying to catch the edge of the table.
Going for glory. A little tucked up, Yong. That is the dilemma when you are playing table tennis in the chair. Obviously not as easy to get around onto a forehand or a backhand, and he was caught in two minds.
That's an absolute bullet, though, from Kim. Into that in a flash, pushing over the top of the ball, flick of the wrist.
He's still got it, hasn't he? The multiple Paralympic Games medalist, both in singles and in team. Oh, got lucky. Got very lucky there. I think that was probably on its way out.
Yeah, it was travelling, wasn't it? And usually when you see a ball hit the net that hard, it goes long, but the net It's a little loose there. Apologies, I don't think will mean too much to the French. Very nearly catching the table on that occasion, but just drifts long again, and there's the cockerel on her feet. They're just missing too many. All of them going out the back as well. Just drawn into this. Molliens setting it up, and you can just see there a little span away. Didn't have the control that Cha would have wanted. Just misreading the spin slightly. And that is the thing. They look like unforced errors, but it's the spin that the French are putting on the ball. It's clever. And again, falling for it, Cha.
There's a lot of spin on that one. It was really very good shot from the French. I think it was LAMIRAULT, wasn't it, who put it back over the net. You've got to be very careful you read the spin properly.
There's Molliens again with the spin.
Yeah, he put one over with a lot of spin on it and then just forced the poor shot back and dispatched it. And they're heading towards this second game. Long again. Well, this time it was Kim. And there are 4 game points for the French to take a 2-0 lead in this opening match of the gold medal tie.
There's a little bit of hesitation there from LAMIRAULT. I think he was expecting Molliens to take the ball down the middle.
That was the one he was looking for, right on the edge of the table, forcing the mistake from Cha Su-young, and the French take the second game again in 7 minutes. And they are in the driving seat at 2 games to love up in this first match of the men's gold medal match in class 1 to 2.
Choisissez ce que vous faites, d'accord? Tout en bien cette là. C'est super là. On est bien. Allez, vamos. Allez, allez les gars, on change rien. Allez, pareil, pareil, super mon son. Allez mon Mimi.
So then crunch time for Kim and Cha. They have to stay, well, they have to win every game from now on to win this match. They certainly have to win this game to stay in it. And just a slight pause for contemplation for the Koreans, whilst the French bind their bats to their hands.
And you feel that if the French do win this doubles, it would be a real killer blow to the Korean hopes of gold, because LAMIRAULT will take some beating in the singles, of course. He's the gold medal winner for the Class 2 singles.
Well, you imagine he'd be first on, but the coaches have already made their decisions. Very tentative from Kim again. I think trying to read the spin.
That's quality from the French. Speed of reactions from these two, something to behold.
Silver in London for the French, looking to upgrade here with these athletes involved. And a big smile from Fabien LAMIRAULT, straight down the middle. It was a decent enough shot. I'm not quite sure what Charles was trying to do, probably just get it as deep as possible, but it was short and it was dispatched.
Winning all the exchanges, you've seen the Koreans miss whenever the French just put a bit of side spin on the ball when they try and go big. MOLLIENS and LAMIRAULT, when they wind up on the backhand side or on the forehand, it tends to be enough to go for a winner. They're winning all different types of points, and they're looking very good.
One with the serve, all going to plan for the French at the moment.
Straight into the body of Kim. Just couldn't adapt his body or his back to get it back into play. It's good firm hitting though from LAMIRAULT.
Yeah, he recovered well from a shoulder injury last year when he was skiing. All action man. But
wow.
Yeah, he's not getting action here because the Koreans have decided to take their timeouts. Timeout done. The minute has run out, and can the Koreans take advantage of that break in momentum? The French pair, MOLLIENS closest to the camera, and LAMIRAULT, and they pick up where they left off. 3-point lead. Three bounces, as always.
That was better from the Koreans, and maybe their coach just saying to them, look, let's make the French win it. And we'll keep the ball in play, test them out a little more. Too many cheap points they've been given away.
Yeah, we have seen those tactics used before in other matches. Tends to lead to very long rallies, and it gets a bit tentative.
You know, if they can hit winners like that time and time again, then I think the Koreans can come off the table and say, fair play. You know, you deserve the match win. And they've got to make sure that the French win it rather than the Koreans lose it and gift it to them. And again, far more steady play from Cha and Kim, and it's got them 2 out of the last 3 points since the timeout.
Yong watching on. The man who got silver in Class 1 against Rob Davis in that final of Great Britain. Oh, Kim missing the swerving, side-spinning ball there. It's a shame because he played a lovely backhand earlier on.
There was a clash down the middle, wasn't there, between the French, and whoever got the back to it did the job. Sent it straight back down the middle. It's a vicious serve from Mollier.
Real bother for the Koreans now. Great shot from Cha. On the forehand, across the table. He has just missed the table there, hence the reason Christophe Doran is jumping up and down in the corner, edging towards victory here in this first match.
Oh, he threw everything at Cha there. It was a delicate little serve, and then the ball deep to the back, and then a bit of side spin.
It was a wry smile from Cha because he had to wheel himself quickly forward, then wheel himself quickly backwards, and then the coup de grace from the French, that very heavily spun return. 2 points away from wrapping up this first match.
Oh, he's finally got one. He's been trying it all match. That was special.
6 match points, and what a way to get yourself to that point. To a bit of the net going through that forehand from Kim. One of those points saved. Still in deep trouble here. That'll do it. Another 7-minute game. 26 minutes in all to wrap it up. Not the shortest match you'll ever see, but certainly one of the smoothest for the French, who just had too much for the Koreans. And they win the first match in this gold medal tie, 3 games to love.
Yeah, really polished performance from the French team. As I say, you just felt they were better in all areas of the contest. It was tactically sound. They didn't try and attack too early. They were patient. And then when they did attack, more often than not, they had the goods to get it past the Koreans.
And there we go. It was never in doubt. They win by 3 games to love.